I think for Newcastle, in my mind, I would make 4 changes, I think. I'd make 4. I'd bring in Tierney for Tavares. I'd bring in Ainsley Maitland-Niles for Lokonga. I don't think Lokonga's necessarily done anything wrong, but I thought that Ainsley Maitland-Niles did well in his cameo against Liverpool, and I thought he played well against Watford before that, so I think he deserves to come back in. I would bring in Martin Odegaard for Lacazette, and I would probably bring in, and I don't like that I'm going to say it, because I'm not a huge fan of the player, but I'd probably bring in Nicola Pepe for Saka, simply because Saka's not been great this season. He's been disappointing. And to start the season, you could kind of understand it because we had to kind of rush him back for the Brentford game after a long, tough summer with England. He's been all over the pitch for the first, 5 games. He played right mid, left mid, played a bit more centrally here and there. So he's been a bit all over the place. He's had some good performances, but he's gone kind of off the boil in terms of consistency. And again, with Manchester United in mind, I'd rather him play against Man United. Again, I don't trust Pepe and I don't particularly rate him. And I think that he doesn't really have much of a long-term future with us. But if you can't play Pepe against the bottom of the league Newcastle at home, when are you ever going to play him?
Yeah, that is a good thing. I would agree with all you. I'd sort of sense that you were going to say Nicolas Pepe, and I just love the reaction. Yeah, because he just a peek behind the podcast. He was face palming the whole time Wayne was talking about Pepe. So, so he's not a very happy bunny. But we'll get his opinion in a second. I guess. I agree with you in terms. I wouldn't play Maitland-Niles in this game actually because I would want him at Old Trafford because I think that game could be better for him. So I'd play Lokonga in this game. But the rest of the changes I agree with. Tierney in. The Pepe one, probably let's rest Saka for the Old Trafford game as much as it's going to kill me and Hamad. But like Pepe, we need him to fire at the moment, and we need our squad to give us goals, and he is someone who is likely to get a goal even if I don't think he has one this season, so definitely not in the league anyway. And then Odegaard for Lacazette, that's a simple one. I know people will want Lacazette to start instead of Aubameyang, but I'm always someone who starts Aubameyang first just because I think he's much more of the goal threat, and he has a very good record against Newcastle, so that's something to factor in as well. So Hamad, what would you do for the Newcastle game? And you can now scream about the Pepe decision for both of us.
I don't know, I'm not screaming. Look, if I was given the chance, I'd break both my legs and play right wing instead of Pepe. And that's something that I'm sorry. Okay, I'm really sorry. And even with both broken legs, I wouldn't trip on the ball. I promise you that.
Oh my goodness!
It's like you're playing a under 18 player that's not under 18, and it's 20-7 and 72 million on the right wing, who can't control the ball, right? You look. You guys argue about the fact that he has end product. He has no goal this season. Saka has assists, by the way. So he's still producing at least dangerous moments and situations, even if his final decisions are not adequate. I agree with Wayne when he said that he's not been that great. But Nicolas Pepe, are you kidding me right now? You have Martinelli on the bench and you're trying to go for a guy who everyone and their mum knows is going to cut in on his left foot and drive inside. You're not Robin, mate. Stop. You're not Robin. You will never be Robin. He needs to stop that. For God's sake, go to the byline. Even Tavares is more a viable option than Pepe, because at least the guy can cut in on his right. At least he doesn't use his left all the bloody time. It's why he's so easy to defend against. You know what made Robin so difficult to defend? It was not the fact that he used to cut in regularly on his left. It was the fact that he was extremely talented and gifted in his technical ability. Pepe's technical ability is equal to a pencil nip, right? This is a technical ability. He just infuriates me when I see him play. Those goals that you perceive that he might score is not worth the entire team playing like crap. Regardless of what Saka plays like, it should not happen. My team is pretty simple. You're going to keep the same back three. You're going to get Tierney in for Tavares. That's obvious. You're going to keep the same midfield. You're going to look to integrate Ainsley Maitland-Niles at Old Trafford, not at Newcastle. You need control there. And on the right side, you play Martinelli. On the left, you play Aubameyang, and in the middle, you play Lacazette. You don't change a winning system against the weaker sides, regardless of Lacazette's problems. He plays well against teams that are not strong per se. So when you take into account that, that's what I'd ideally play. Allow Martinelli to drift. Allow him to drift to right, to left. Let Aubameyang do the same. Let those three drift around Lacazette. Let him do his thing. And then you can introduce Odegaard in the second half when things aren't going well. But I strongly believe that's the kind of team that we should be implementing. Arteta repeatedly says that Martinelli is fantastic in training. Then play him, right? Play the kid.
Yeah, yeah, like it is a bit difficult with Martinelli, and I feel like we all forget him. But I feel like his game time is going to come in December or January when Aubameyang and Pepe go off, and I do think there's a bit of a style clash with Martinelli in terms of Aubameyang. I don't think both of them can play in the same team, but in his cameos, and they've been very brief this season, in his cameos, I think he's looked good. I think did he come on against Leeds in the cup, and I think he done quite well. So I might not be totally right. He might have started, but
even for the stoppage time minutes that he played against Watford, like the stuff that he was asked to do there, he done really, really well. I would just worry about playing those three attackers together with Lacazette, Martinelli, and Aubameyang, just because then we're left with Emile Smith-Rowe being the one creator, and I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if our squad is ready for that yet. I wouldn't mind Martinelli playing. I just don't think he's that good on the right in comparison to on the left-hand side. But I 100% agree that you're saying Arteta's saying the most about his training and his quality, but yet we've seen it once against Wimbledon this year that he started, apart from the Brentford game earlier on in the season. So. And no, I want to. Yeah, but that was always going to be difficult for him. You can't really chuck him in at home just off the back of the Olympics against Chelsea and expect something major from him.
And up front as well, which was obviously because of the COVID situation as well. So it was a bit of a difficult one for him.
So no, I do definitely want to see Martinelli play more. The problem is though, when you've got a 72 million shaped hole in the squad, we've seen with Arteta, he's willing to not necessarily give just chances, but he's willing to play people until they are literally not playable anymore. Like he gave Mustafi a hell of a lot of rope. He gave Socrates a hell of a lot of rope. He gave players like El Neni, even this season, everyone was expecting Mohamed El Neni to leave in the summer. I just don't think the squad as a whole and Mikel Arteta as a coach just yet is ready to discard of Pepe completely, as much as some fans might want us to.
I think Pepe is on his last legs as an Arsenal player, but I just don't see anyone buying him. So I think that Pepe is going to be here for the remainder of his contract, and he will just leave for free. Because I just don't see, unless Arsenal are willing to take an incredible loss on him to sell him for like 10 million or something.
Newcastle have money bags.
Yeah,
Pepe,
but
come and perform against Newcastle. Scouting, they're right there. They can scout you. Their owner's probably in the stadium. Come on, you can get yourself a move to Newcastle.
To the centre, Schuker is there. Can't get his cross in. Maybe Dixon can.